Okay, so I'm doing this from the bathroom today because I feel like the lighting is a little bit better in here than in the other room, and it might actually show the makeup a little bit better. So I'm going to quickly do this base, and then I'm going to show you this technique that I saw on Hooded Eyes this morning. So I just want to have a little play with it and see if it's as good as it looks. So first of all, I'm just going to do my regular, this is pretty much my day-to-day thing at the moment. Like, so I, like I usually do a beach walk in the morning. I haven't for the last couple of mornings, but because I'm out in the sun, like it's like pretty intensely down on my face when I'm out there, even though it's not summer anymore, I can feel the sun pelting straight down on my face. So I actually do wear sunblock still at the moment because I don't need any more discoloration on my skin. I've already pretty much wrecked my skin over my years from things like coconut oil and blimmin', oh god, I can't believe the stuff we did to ourselves. And I always tell you that I've got my acne scars and all those fun things, so broken capillaries and all the lovely things that you tend to get when you're a little bit older, which is really awesome. Anyway, so I am trying to avoid adding insult to injury by keeping my skin a little bit out of the sun. So I've been putting on this oil every morning for the last probably month now. So this is the Irina Wonder Oil, and it's got like 7 or 8 different kinds of oils in it. And one of those is Nutrich oil, and you know that that's my favorite, or kernel oil. So you know that that's my favorite product. So the fact that it's got that in the bottle as well is just like a total bonus, and it's got a whole lot of other oils in. So I put that on first, just put that down my neck, and then I put on the Aqua Supply Booster, and this sort of like absorbs moisture into your skin at a velocity of like 100% more than what you could get into your skin normally, and you will actually feel the difference using this product underneath. Even just you can use it underneath a moisturizer. I use it underneath the sunblock because our sunblock is actually a moisturizer as well, but it's got a built-in 50+. But I just love the feeling of the Aqua Supply Booster underneath that. I feel like it makes, at the end of the day, my skin is so nourished from having this on during the day, so it's such a flipping good one. It feels a little bit slimy, like a little bit like snail slime, but it actually, it's velvety. It just goes on your skin, and I just take the rest of that down my neck, and you don't have to rub that all the way in. That's just going to absorb into your skin over the day. That's just so beautiful. Oh, I love the feeling of that one. And then I add the 50+ sunblock because, like I said, the sun pelts down on my face when I'm walking on the beach, and I can't even believe how intense the sun still is actually. So I pop that on as well. So this is pretty much my go-to products in the morning before I hit the beach, and it might change as the weather gets more yucky. I might change my routine a little bit, but for right now my skin is like, yeah, love this. So that's the sunblock. You don't actually, the sunblock is a moisturizer in itself, so you don't actually have to add moisturizer to it, but I do because I like the feeling of having a really nourished skin. Now, probably it would be preferable to just leave your moisturizers and stuff on for a little bit before you add your makeup, but just for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to jump straight in, and today I'm going to pop on, just give it a little bit more of a rub. Oh, I love the feeling of those products. Like honestly, they make your skin feel so nourished. Okay, so I'm going to pop on some of the Nutrich Beauty Balm. So this is called Instant Radiance Beauty Balm. And if you've got really nice skin, well, lucky you. If you've got really nice skin, you can actually just use this beauty balm pretty much by yourself without even having a foundation on. And it just gives your skin just this radiant, beautiful, radiant look. And it's got a thick feeling. And it's just like a little bit reflective, so it gives your skin this really beautiful radiance. It's just really gorgeous, and I probably put way too much on right then actually. And you don't actually rub this one all the way in. This is just literally to pat onto your skin, because it's not essentially a moisturizer, it's actually just like a radiance balm that sits on your skin, and it gives you, so like if you don't wear foundation, it's just a nice one to wear by itself because it just gives you that glow. But it's also, I've found it's also the perfect primer for foundation, because underneath your foundation, I'm just going to pat that in because I put a little bit too much on. Underneath your what was I saying? When your foundation's on top of this, it actually gives you this really dewy kind of nice, I don't know, just makes your makeup look even nicer. And you know that I use the, so it's just a little tiny bit tacky now. You know that I use the Flawless as my go-to foundation, just because I really like that skin look. I like the look of your foundation looking like it's just your skin. Sorry, I put too much of it on, so I'm just making sure that it feels tacky and not like completely wet on my skin before I go and put my foundation on. But underneath your foundation, it makes your foundation look so much more dewy, and it's just a really pretty glow. Like it's got this little radiant glow, and that's tacky now, that's dry now, so like your skin would just look, and like it's not greasy, but your skin would just look really pretty and glowy and dewy. So if you've got really nice skin before you know, like as it is, then you could get away with just wearing that. But I don't. I've got lots of scars, lots of acne scars, dark circles, redness, all that lovely gorgeous stuff. Got so lucky with my skin, didn't I? My sisters don't even need to wear makeup or foundation. I just lucked out so bad in that department. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Flawless Camel Colours Flawless Air Serum. And so the air serum needs a shake. You've got to give it a shake because it's got a serum, it's a serum based foundation, so it needs to be mixed together. And the serum is literally a skincare which nourishes your skin as you're wearing your foundation. So that's another thing I really love about it, the fact that you're actually wearing a foundation that's nourishing your skin at the same time. Excuse me, and I'm just going to get a foundation brush. I actually need to, Right, I actually need to clean my brushes today. I was going to pay my girls to do it because I really do not like cleaning my makeup brushes. It's my least favourite job. Okay, so I just put one drop of, that's just liquid, like it's just, you know, like now it's just running everywhere because it's a serum, but that's one drop, right? So I always like to show what it looks like when you put this really fine skin-based foundation on, because I always feel like it's like you need to see how amazing, like the coverage is actually quite good. But you know, you can go over and conceal and do all those sorts of things if you want to as well. But I just want to show you how the foundation itself, can't get my great big long fingernails into that little area. So I'm just going to put it on one side. It's going to look funny when I first put it on, but you'll see in a second. So I'll just put it down one side, just so you can see how good the coverage is. So I just stipple into that eye area, you know that I do that. Just stipple in so you're not dragging that skin around. And I go, like I want to be a little bit warmer with my skin, I don't want to be dead white. So when you put it on, it might look a little bit browner than your skin, but it's just to give your skin that nice warmth. Make you look a little bit more alive. Okay, so I'll just show you that side. Okay, and now that side, you can see all the darkness and all the like dots and whatever, all that yucky red and all that. And then so the coverage is actually really good, even though it's a really light foundation. So I'm just going to do, that's one drop by the way, I'm just going to do that on the other side as well real quick. So they recommend between 1 and 3 drops for the flawless, and I generally only use a drop, but and my skin's not even perfect and I only use a drop, so it's totally up to you. If you want a bit more coverage, just put your first lot of foundation on first and then add a drop. Keep adding how much you want, really. Now the sun's gone down in this room, and this lighting in here has gone funny as well, but I think it still looks better in this lighting than the other room. So I'm just taking the rest of that little bit of foundation and just taking it down that little white bit of my neck, just so it all joins together, the colours all join together in your neck and your face, so you don't look like you're wearing a mask and then it's separate from your neck. Might just open this door for a little bit more light. Hold on. Oh no, that didn't even do anything because my curtains are closed. Oh well. So, I know this is a hooded eye. I was going to talk to you about hooded eyes, but I just want to get this base done first. And I love the Flawless foundation. I just think it's such a pretty foundation. It just doesn't, you know, it's just not too much. Oh damn, now I don't have any wipes in here. I'll use my bright green flannel. It's not, you know, it's not too intense that it looks too thick on your skin. And I don't know, I just, you know, like when you've got, as you get older, you have all these little different wrinkles everywhere. There's like, you know, you can have pooling in your chin area, you can have pooling around your lip and your little lines around your lips, you can have pooling around your wrinkles and lines around your eyes, and like foundation loves to do that, loves to pool into those areas. So what I love about this foundation is because it's so thin, so fine, it just doesn't do that pooling. And if it does pull, you've got a bit too much on, and if it does pull, you literally just use your brush and wherever it is, press it right in again. So if it's on your lip that's pulling, press it in. If it's around your eyes, press it in. And you know, you're not, it's like you are taking some of the foundation off, but you're also pressing it right into any of those lines, so it just looks a lot better. Right, so now I'm going to do my brows really quickly, so they are done. And I always use I use these, what are they called? Easy Brow Definer, and I like these, the formulation's really nice, really creamy, so it goes on really smoothly. So this one's got a little spoolie brush at the end, so you just brush your brows up, have a little look at them. I just like have a little look at the area, you know, my eyebrows, to see if there's any sparse bits, any bits that look like they're not quite filled in, because I don't go for block brows, I go for just a nice, I like a nice natural kind of brow. So I just literally, I always start at the end first, because if you go too dark on the centre of your brow, at the inner part of your eyebrow, it makes them look quite angry. Like, it makes you look quite angry. If it's too dark here, it looks fierce. So you can get away with going a little bit darker at the end of your eyebrow, and that will you know, give it a nice shape. But I just go really, really lightly on the inside part of your brows, and even having two colours is quite good. So I could go, like, this colour is natural and there's a darker one than this, but I could go natural on my ends and I could go ash blonde on the front of my, what do you call it, the inner part of my brows, and actually that would probably be quite good for me. And as the weather gets a bit cooler, your eyebrows do get a bit darker, but I still think for me I'm a bit more ash blonde than I am dark. So I just colour in those sparse bits. I've got quite a bald patch right here, so I do have to put a little bit more product in my bald patch. And then just, you know, with the hooded eye thing, the whole idea is to create more space here, to create the look of more space on your whole eye area. So your eyebrows help with that if you've got enough brows to make them look like, you know, a decent shape, and keeping them as upright, like, you know, either brushed up or making sure that you've got a bit of a tip there. So you want to do your plucking under here and probably leave the tops of your brows. Like, I don't pluck the tops of my brows. I might pluck little strays around this bit here to just give it that shape going downwards, but I don't pluck any of this up here because I want as much height as possible, because when you've got height it makes everything look more, you know, you've got more space. So you can pluck all under here but just leave the tops alone. Right, and yeah, so that's a trick for making your eyes look more open. Right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of powder. I'm going to put a little bit of powder on my eyelids. And you know, it's totally up to you whether you want to powder your face. If it feels a little bit sticky and you're going to be putting other powder blushes on, then I recommend you do powder it down, because it's a bit hard to you know, blend out blush and all that sort of thing if you've got sticky skin. So just powder it down. Just going to powder, make sure my eyelids are really nicely powdered, and even an eye primer or a concealer for your eyes before you do any eye makeup is quite good as well. So I'm just powdering that all down and just really like focusing on that eye area, because that's what we want to do. I want to make sure that's all nice and powdered. Okay, right, have not done this trick before, ever, so you're seeing it for the first time. I'm just going to give it a go. If it looks stupid, the good thing is that this is makeup, it is not plastic surgery, which means I can just take it off and start again. So I'm going to show you. I use the blending brush, my nice fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to use, okay, so I've got these two beautiful NC Beauty palettes. I love both of these palettes, I love them. You're going to see how well used this one is because I'm using this every day now. I absolutely love these so much. You've got this bronzy, more like your, they're both blushes, these are both blushes, but I actually use this as a contour because it's just a really nice colour. And and I'm using the shimmery gold one. You can use the shimmery more sort of, what that colour is, more champagne-y or a bit more creamy, but I like this gold one because I'm trying to make my face look a little bit warmer, because I've still got a bit of a tan going on from the end of summer, so I don't want to look like tanned on my shoulders and then really white on my face. I'm going with a bit of this more warm colours, but I thought I might actually try this colour for my transition colour for the hooded eye. So I'm going to have a go at this, never done it before, so bear with me, and I'll just show you these quickly as well. Love these, beautiful colours, gorgeous. I actually I mix these two because I quite like the gold and I like the rose gold look, so that's kind of gold and that's kind of pinky, and so mixed together they're like a rose gold colour, and they do look really nice together. But all of these colours are amazing, all beautiful, gorgeous colours. Right, so again, bear with me, have not done this before. What I want to do is, when you do your transition colour to make your eyes look less hooded, because as you get older you do get quite a lot of fat that sort of flops down over your eye, and you can see my fat starting, this has really happened in the last year, having these big blobs of fat right here, and it's old age, it's just old age, and there's not much you can do about that apart from surgery. But we can do little tricks with makeup to create an illusion that it's not quite as baggy, saggy and baggy. So if you've got hooded eyes, what you want to do is you want to create a bit of an illusion that your crease is a little bit further up, because you want to create space, or you want to create the illusion of space on your eyelid area, and that just makes you look more lively, more awake. It's you know, a little bit more youthful looking, although we're all old. It's a bit more youthful looking, if you can call it that. So creating that space, it just creates an instant kind of eye lift. So I'm going to use this colour, which I've never used on my eyelid before. I'm sorry about the lighting, it's like got one window here and then light coming in that way, so it's just changing all the time. Anyway, so I'm going to use that little bit of brown, and I'm going to, so what I do is I use my fluffy blush brush, fluffy blender brush, and I just swirl it around and then tap it off, because I don't want too much product on straight away, otherwise it's going to drop down and be a bit messy. Alright, now this is my better eye. That one's my not very good eye to look through, but I'm going to go slightly, actually I don't even know if this is going to work because these aren't really well shaped, but I'll have a go anyway. I'm going to go slightly over, oh shoot, okay, slightly over my crease area. I want it to go just slightly up above that. I'll try it, and then if it doesn't look right, I'm just going to do it normally. But start from the outside first, because you want your darkest part of if your powder goes on too dark, you want it to be darker on the outside first rather than on the inside of your eye. So I'm going to just go here. That feels so weird. I can't actually even see what I'm doing, because that's not my good eye to look at. That's like quite blurry. We're learning together, guys, so I'll just let you know whether this works or not. Oh shit, I can't even see. Flipping, what can I? Nah. Okay. Well, I watched that trick this morning, and my my eyelash curlers are not the right shape for that, so there goes that idea, and it's up too high. But the whole concept of that was to have your line, your transition line. So that's your eye socket bone right there, and you want to go slightly higher than that to create your fake crease. So that did not work out very well, and you watched it live with me, so that's right, I'm just going to take that off. But I'll just show you what you do with hooded eyes anyway. The good thing is, like I said, it's makeup and not plastic surgery, so whatever goes wrong you can just take it off. Okay, so I'll just do it again. I'll use this colour, which I haven't used before. Okay, brush, start from the outside, go just slightly over your eye socket bone there. So get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to go slightly over it because I want to create a fake look. Actually, what I might do is I'll use my small, so these are the two smaller kind of blending brushes, and therefore more fine detail. So that's so that you don't, so this is the blender, so you're going to break up all your colour with your blender, and this is the one that gives you more fine detail. So I might go with that, and I'll create the fake crease first. So the fake crease is going to go slightly over top of that eye socket bone there. We're going to start on the outside of the eye. Keep your eyes open and looking straight ahead rather than shutting your eye and trying to do it, because you actually want to see exactly where the placement is with your eye open, because we're creating a fake crease. So we're going slightly over the eye socket there, look straight ahead into your mirror, and then we're going to, oh, I can hear yelling next door. The joys. Okay, so see that it's we've created a fake crease. My crease is underneath that. This is slightly higher, so it makes it look like the illusion is that my crease is where I put the brown, but actually that's higher than my crease. That's over top of my eye socket bone. So it just gives you the illusion of more space on your eyelid. So same thing on the other side, looking straight ahead. When you're using a brush that's got, you know, you can do more fine detail with, it doesn't matter whether you start on the outside or the inside, because you can see straight away how much product you're putting on. Whereas with a blush brush, you want to start on the outer side of your eye, because quite a lot of that will fall off. The blending brush, quite a lot of that pigment will fall off, and you don't want it to fall off in the middle of your eye and be darker there than the outside, because dark recedes or makes things look sort of more drawn in, whereas light things make things look more open. So you want your dark colours to be on the outer side of your eye so that it creates the look of kind of like elongment on the outside of your eye. If you put your dark colours on the inside of your eye, it's going to make the illusion of your eyes looking drawn inwards. So we're doing the opposite. We're making our eyes look more elongated. So that's our fake crease, slightly higher than our actual crease. So you can do it higher as well. If you've got more sort of like sagging over your eye, you can put this crease wherever you like. Just don't make it look like a clown where you like look really surprised. You want to try and make it look like the place of a natural eye crease would be. So I'm just putting that there. And now if you like, you can do a little V. You can shut your eye for that. Do a little V on the outside of your eye. I really do like this colour, and I like this palette so much. It's definitely my favourite palette at the moment. So we're just closing that look and making it look a little bit more elongated out here, and closing the eyelid look up so you can actually now put the lighter colour on your eyelid. Now you can now blend this. If you want it to be more broken up in colour, you can use your fluffy blending brush and just blend that right out. As long as you've got the placement done, it's on, then you can just blend it out. And this is where, how I said you want your eyes to be really well powdered, because you don't want to be trying to blend out eye colour and it won't blend because you've got too much moisture in your eye and it's just sitting there and it's sticking there. So we don't want that. So we're just going to blend this right out, and we put the powder down. And that's where, even like I said, an eye primer or even a concealer can be quite good on your eyelid before you do eye work, because it helps the product it clings to your skin, but you can also blend really nicely as well. So I'm going to blend, and you know, the more you blend and the longer you blend, the better the whole look's going to be. But for the sake of time here today, I'm not going to blend until, I'm not going to do makeup artist style blending. I'm just going to show you, just break it all up. As long as there's no harsh lines. The main thing is you want to make sure your pigment looks even on both eyes, and that any harsh lines, so there's no look of your eye makeup being drawn on. So there's no harsh lines there, just break it all up. I really love this palette. Did I tell you I love this palette? I love this palette, and that is not even an eyeshadow colour, it's a blush, and I just love it. I think that's such a nice colour. So now this is up to you. You can either go with a shimmery colour on your eye, or you can go with a matte colour. I'm going to show you matte first because I can always put the shimmer over top. So if you use, say, a matte colour on your eye, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do it with my finger. Oh, actually, I'll do it with this brush. Just make sure I've got no colour on that. Okay, so you want to have light. When you've got hooded eyes, you're trying to create a look of more space on your eyelid. So you want to go with lighter colours. You don't want to go dark colours when you're trying to create more of an eyelid, because it'll just close your eye out, close your eye area up. So you're just going to go right over your eyelid, and if your crease is up a bit higher, you've created a higher crease, you want to go straight up under and further up your eyelid. So you can go right underneath that crease, and it just creates more of an awake look. Get right into the inner part of the eye there as well, because you know that if there's any darkness on the inside of that eye there, it's going to draw your eye in and make it look like your eyes are close together, and we don't want close together looking eyes. We want elongated, like quite awake looking eyes. That's the whole idea. Okay, and then so you could actually use a shimmer if you like, if you're into shimmers. So like I said, I quite like mixing the two. Oh, so pretty. I like mixing these two colours, and I'll just put a little bit on my hand, put a little bit of the gold and a little bit of the pink, and just put them on my hand and mix them together and make my own colour. It's so cool what you can do with makeup. and then you can end up with a bit more of a rose gold looking shimmer, so I'll show you that. Put that on with my finger. So you can either use shimmer, or you can use the matte. It's totally up to you. Like, I really like the shimmer. I think the shimmer looks really pretty and fun. It definitely looks more fun. So you can go with that, or you can just go with the matte. So the matte's good because it just makes you look like you've got way more space, and the shimmer's just more fun. But when you've got the shimmer on, you actually want to put a little bit more, you know, you want your mascara and you want all that sort of thing on if you're using shimmer, because it just looks kind of naked without having mascara and some eyeliner on. Now this really needs to be broken up more, and you don't want that. Looks a bit, I can see the harsh line on the end of that little bit of blending there, so I'd just break that up a little bit more. But you know, again, up to you how much blending you want to do, but you just don't want that brown to go. So this is where it needs to stay in. It needs to stay in this part of your eye. You don't want your transition colour to go over and underneath this part of your finger, because it's going to make your eyes look like they're going down. Ooh, sad eyes, and that sad eyes look like tired eyes, and tired eyes look like old eyes, and the whole idea is we're trying to make ourselves look young and awake. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the cream. This is eyeshadow, so I'm going to put a bit of cream eyeshadow under my brow here. Again, this is creating the look of more space, because you're putting, you know, it's all light up there, so it's creating much more of a spacious look. So you want to put that all up under your eyebrow. So as long as it's a matte colour, so this is a matte colour, as long as it's matte, you can put on heaps of it, put on a ton of it, because it's just going to look like your skin really. But if you've got shimmer, you definitely do not want to put a ton of this on, otherwise you're going to look like mutton dressed as lamb and look pretty dreadful. So I like just putting the warmish kind of nude colour on, so it really gives you lots and lots of space under your eye, and it's a really nice look. If you're putting a bit of shimmer on, you just want to only put it right at the very top part of the peak of your brow, before you get, you know, as you're going up to your highest peak there, you put it, your shimmer goes there. Okay, so that's the kind of, that's the make your eyes look more awake for hooded eyes, and how to get the placement right. So the next thing I would do is, with hooded eyes, again, you don't have a lot of space on your eyelid, and the whole idea is we're trying to create a look of more space. So you don't want your eye liners to be, I'm trying to find my blue eyeliner actually. Okay, you don't want your eyeliner to be on top of your eyelid, because that eyeliner will also take up some space, and we're trying to create space. So try and get used to the feeling of putting your eyeliner inside your waterline, upper waterline. So go, I just hold my lashes, because I blink a million miles an hour if I don't. And it's more sensitive on the inside of your eye, so just bear that in mind. Yucky feeling, but you just want to put that. It's quite hard to, like, the feeling of it's quite ugh. Okay, so your eyeliner is on the inside part of your eye, just so, like I said, you want to keep as much space on your eyelid as possible, so it makes your eyes look more awake. Okay, so now, because we put the eyeliner on the inside of our eye, actually I'll just quickly do this as well before I forget. For eyeliner under the eye, I don't want it to look harsh, and I don't want it to look draggy or heavy, but I do want a little tiny bit of colour under there. So I'm just going to use the same colour as I used on my transition colour. I'm just going to use that little tiny brush that we use for our placement. I'm going to use that. I'm going to put that on. So I always put it on, dust it off, and then just a little bit the outside of the eye, underneath the eye, and then that pretty much just serves as your eyeliner without it closing that whole eye area up, and without making it look like too heavy. You don't want to go too heavy with eyeliner under your eyes at this age, because it just makes us look, it drags your eyes down, makes you look really tired. And that's another reason why when you do eye makeup for hooded eyes, my opinion of that is to keep, and actually this is many makeup artists' opinion, is to keep your makeup above your eye. Otherwise it's going to drag your eyes down, and we are trying to make our eyes look more lively, so it kind of defeats the purpose of making your eyes look more awake and putting all your product uphill and then putting mascara down on your bottom lashes, because that just kind of makes things drag down. But again, it's makeup, it's not plastic surgery. Do whatever you like, do whatever suits you. Okay, before I do my mascara, I'm going to, oh, that's right, Joe. Before I do my mascara, I'm going to use that colour again that I used for my eye, and I'm going to use my big huge blend blush brush, and I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead just to warm up the look. Going to push a little bit right on top of my cheekbone. I'm just going to go right up to my ear and all the way down. Just don't take it further down than that part of your face, because you don't want it to wrap around your face, because it's literally just, we're just creating an illusion, some blush and looking a bit more of a deep kind of look there. But if you bring it right around your face, then it just looks mucky. And then a little bit on my jaw, because like I always tell you, dark recedes and light brings out, so my jaw is really strong, so I just put a little bit of bronzer down there, and I go right along my jawline just to make it look quite even, and then I'll take that down my neck all over. So as long as it doesn't look too brown on your neck compared to the rest of your chest, it's all good. I might put a little bit more on my forehead. And then just make sure you've broken up all the colour and it's all blended out really nice. And it just makes your whole skin look really much more warm. And then I like, then I'll use the gold highlighter, and I'm just going to do that quite minimally, but I'll show you what I'll do. I'll use a smaller blush brush, blending, I don't even know, a smaller brush. And then just put that just on the top of your cheek where the light would hit your cheeks anyway. I always tell you girls that the highlighter, it's where if you're walking along the beach and the moonlight just hits down your face, your highlighter goes where the moon would naturally set on your face. So that's your highest point. So that's your top of your cheekbone over here. You can put a little bit of that on your cupid's bow. Oh, go up your nose. And you can put a little bit onto those little lines, whatever they're called. And if you like, you could put a little bit on your nose. I avoid my nose because my nose is quite long and it's already looking shiny actually, so I don't need to put it on there, but I'm going to put a tiny little bit on my forehead, just across here. And then I could actually show you, you could push that, so just using your flat brush, you only want a tiny little bit, so put it on, dust off, and then you could put the tiniest little bit of that, littlest bit up here, and it just, you can see it just catching the light. See that? Just really slightly catching the light, and that's a really nice, gives you a really nice dewy look as well. So these are all my favourite products at the moment, and favourite things to wear. I'm just going to put that mascara on. So you saw I just gave my eyelashes a little tiny weeny curl. They're not going to do much. My eyelashes are pretty stubby. I keep saying that I'm going to do, going to get some eyelash serum, but whether I ever do that or not is another story. And I do like this mascara because it's a 4-in-1. It's got lots of conditioning agents in it, so it keeps your eyelashes really nourished. And I've got really sensitive eyes, really badly. So I know straight away if I put on a product that's I'm allergic to, like I know straight away, or if my eyes don't like, I'll know straight away. I also know if my products are too old, I'll feel it straight away in my eyes will start crying straight away. So if I've ever gone and got my makeup done and my eyes start watering, I think to myself they've got old products, or I'm just allergic to those particular products, or my eyes are just really sensitive. So this mascara is beautiful, beautiful. And I could just put on this amount of mascara, and then I could go the whole day with my mascara on. You get to the end of the day and think, oh, I want a little bit more mascara because I'm going out somewhere, and I can put it straight back over my mascara again, even when it's dried, and it just gives you another layer on top, and it doesn't go clumpy. It's amazing. It's because it's so conditioning. It's really unreal. It's my first mascara that I fell in love with when I got into Nutrimedics. It's just a beautiful mascara. Okay, so you can do that. Now if you do want a little bit more colour under your eyes, but you don't want to use too much mascara, just go ahead and grab a little, what do you call these? A little angle brush. Get your little angle brush and run your angle brush down your mascara wand. So now you've got a little bit of mascara product on there. Now I'm just going to make sure there's not too much. Just backwards and forwards. Okay, and then instead of doing your whole lashes, I might need my mirror for this. Instead of doing your whole lashes, so all your lashes are like done, just do the inner part of your lash. Just trying to get that product in there. And just do a little bit on the inside, so you've still got a little bit of that depth of colour under there. You see that? But it's not, your lashes aren't all deep and heavy and like pulling that whole look down. So it's just a nice way to have a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes without making it look really heavy. You can totally see it, like you can, I mean you can't see it, but you can totally see that it's made the eyes look more defined. So it's a really nice little trick, and it just makes things look really pretty and really natural. Right. I don't think I've got any lip colours or anything to put on in here. I must say, if you've got quite dark circles under your eyes, I do this. I'm going to show you this really quickly. As you can see, I've got a favourite colour there. The peach actually is quite good if you've got quite dark circles, and I'll just show you on one eye quickly, just a tiny little weeny bit of peach. And these are, I think these are going out, so they're like 20 bucks or something at the moment. So you can just go under your, wherever your darkness is. It's so weird because peach, you'd think your face will look all orange. It's quite good though when it does. It just sort of, it just neutralises any dark circles. So you can put the peach over top of any darkness, or any grey or any blue under your eyes, and it just neutralises it. So you just, the darkness just kind of seems to disappear. And then you can put like your normal coloured concealer over top of that if you like. Totally up to you. You can't really, honestly, if you put on that tiny weeny amount, you really don't, you don't really notice it. But if you feel a little bit conscious that you've got peach on your skin, then you can go over with your more natural colour. So I'm just going to do that with my more natural colour. And then just around the sides of my nose, I always do that because I'm quite red around the nose there. Okay, and then just have a look at your skin in the mirror and just make sure everything's blended. You've got no makeup that looks like more harsh in places. Like I might blend out my forehead a little bit more, just as long as everything looks quite well blended. Putting on a bit of lip colour is obviously going to help you look more alive, but up to you. So that's a nice natural, nice hooded eye makeup. Makes your eyes look more awake, more youthful. Your skin looks really dewy. This kind of makeup. I'm just going to do my setting spray. This setting spray is not heavy, so you can actually give yourself quite a few squirts without it like feeling like you just put a fire hydrant over your face. That's quite nice because it goes on really lightly. And then just let that, with that peach under the eyes, work on any skin colour. I'm quite white as well. I know it's hard to believe. My face is naturally quite fair, and my rest of my body can get a tan, but my face can't. So I guess like I think I'd just play around with it, to be honest, Angelique. I would you could, and the thing is, this is $20, so if you got one of those and you didn't like the peach, you've still got your green, which is good for neutralising red, so pimples or any red spots. You've got your actual colour of your cream skin, and then you can use these two colours for contouring and making things like blush and all that sort of thing. So if you got it to try the peach, you still wouldn't be sorry, because they're like $20. But I'd just give it a go. I just put the peach on. If you've got really quite dark circles, I'd put the peach on. Really, really minimal amounts of peach. You saw me put the tiniest amount on my finger. It was just a dab. Like, I'll show you again. It was just a dab. It was like this. It was like this. Whoops, that's probably even too much. But I just had like that much on my finger. Actually, that's too much. I had like that much on my finger, and I just hit that, just press that on both sides of my eyes. That's all you need, and you just press it over the dark. And then what you could do is you could put your peach colour on first, and then you could powder that up to set it, and then you could put your cream colour over top and just see what happens, see if it looks right or not. But makeup is all very subjective. It's like art. What works for one person might not necessarily work for another, but you know, I can only show you based on my skin and my face, so yeah. But I mean, for $20, I'd be keen to give it a go myself. Alright, that's everything. So I'm going to, this time, which I always tell you I'm going to do, but this time I'm going to link every product that I used, and if there are any particular bundles that I think come with a percentage of those products that I've used plus something extra or whatever, I'll link the bundle as well, so you can have a look at those. But honestly, look at it. Look at the, so that's the foundation, which I think is so pretty, so flawless. It's moisturising your skin as you go through the day. The blush palette is freaking amazing, because obviously I've used it for my eye, and I've used it all for all of my colour over my face. I could also put on a little bit of pink blush if I feel like brightening this up a bit. Should I do that? I'll just see. I haven't actually used this one very much, but I'll just put a little bit of pink on and we'll just brighten it up. So you make sure you just put it on really minimally, so put it on your brush first and then dot a bit off, and then just go right on your apples of your cheeks and then back into your hairline. So, but yeah, so that palette is just so beautiful and so many uses for it. I just love it. I love it so much. It's definitely my favourite palette at the moment. And a little bit of pink blush can really make it look way more lively. But yeah, so that's just a really, all of these products are beautiful, and your skin will feel amazing, and it looks glowy, and people think you're way younger than you are, and it's just a really, all the products that I've used are just bloody gorgeous. I love them all. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. I'll keep an eye on the comments, but I'm just going to go put together the links for the whatever, all the different bits and pieces and packages, and let me know if you need any help choosing a foundation colour. With this foundation, you will not run out of foundation quickly. So if you want a foundation that lasts you for a gazillion years, it's this one. It'll just, like, I used one drop, right? So I used one drop, so that, oh shoot, that was 3 drops, so that is 1 drop. Well, that was 2 drops, but I mean, you can imagine how long this is going to last, because you don't need stuff all of it. Right, that's it. Now I'm going. All right, talk to you soon. Mwah.